You're not lazy, you're emotionally burned out. You're not lazy. If you were lazy, you wouldn't feel guilty for resting. You wouldn't overthink everything you didn't finish. You wouldn't lie in bed exhausted while your mind keeps telling you that you should be doing more. Laziness doesn't feel heavy. Burnout does. Burnout feels like waking up already tired. Not physically tired, but emotionally drained. The kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. You look at your life and nothing is technically wrong. You have responsibilities. You have a routine. You get things done. But inside, something feels off. Simple tasks feel overwhelming. Things that once mattered feel distant. Motivation doesn't come naturally anymore. It has to be forced. And the worst part, you start blaming yourself. You tell yourself you're weak, undisciplined, unmotivated. But what you're experiencing isn't a lack of effort. It's the result of too much effort for too long. Emotional burnout happens when you keep functioning without feeling. When you keep showing up while ignoring what's happening inside you. When life becomes a list of obligations instead of something you actually participate in. You don't feel empty because you don't care. You feel empty because you've been caring without being cared for, even by yourself. Burnout is not your failure. It's your nervous system asking for honesty. And until you understand that, no amount of discipline will fix it. Burnout rarely arrives suddenly. It doesn't crash into your life. It seeps in quietly over years. It often starts in childhood, when you learn that being easy is safer than being honest. When you learn that your needs come second. When praise comes not for who you are, but for how well you perform. Maybe you were the strong one, the mature one, the responsible one. You learned early that people relied on you, so you didn't complain. You didn't ask for help. You handled things, and handling things became your identity. High responsibility at a young age wires the nervous system for survival, not rest. You stay alert. You stay useful. You stay prepared. But no one teaches you how to slow down afterward. Emotional neglect doesn't always look like abuse. Sometimes it looks like being ignored when you're overwhelmed, being praised for coping instead of being supported. So you adapt. You silence your emotions because they feel inconvenient. You push through exhaustion because stopping feels unsafe. You measure your worth by how much you can carry, and it works for a while, until one day the system that kept you going starts shutting down. Focus fades. Motivation disappears. Your body resists what your mind demands. Burnout is not sudden collapse. It's years of self-abandonment finally becoming visible. And most people don't realize it's happening because it feels like normal. The people who burn out first are rarely lazy. They are the ones who care too much. Perfectionists don't rest easily. Their mind is never finished. There is always something that could be better, faster, cleaner, more impressive. Over-responsible people carry what was never meant to be theirs. Other people's expectations, other people's emotions, other people's unfinished work. They become reliable, and reliability becomes a trap. Because once people depend on you, stopping feels like failure. And underneath all of this lies one quiet fear, the fear of disappointing others. So you push yourself harder than anyone asked. You say yes when you want to say no. You keep going even when your body is asking you to stop. Burnout isn't caused by doing too much. It's caused by never feeling allowed to stop. At some point, survival turns into autopilot. You wake up. You do what needs to be done. You function. But you're not fully there. This is dissociation. When life feels distant, unreal, muted, you're present physically, but emotionally offline. Joy feels shallow. Sadness feels flat. Nothing really touches you anymore. And slowly, you lose your sense of identity. Not in a dramatic way, but in quiet moments when you realize you don't know what you want. Autopilot keeps you productive, but it disconnects you from yourself. And the longer you stay there, the harder it becomes to remember who you were before survival took over. This is where many people get confused. You rest. You take a break. You go on vacation. But nothing changes. Because burnout is not physical exhaustion. It's emotional depletion. Your body may be resting, but your nervous system is still tense. Your mind is still alert. Your inner pressure never turns off. You don't feel safe enough to truly rest. That's why distractions don't help. That's why sleep doesn't feel refreshing. That's why even doing nothing feels heavy. Burnout isn't asking for rest. It's asking for relief from constant inner pressure. Emotional safety is something many people never learn. You learn how to be strong. You learn how to adapt. You learn how to push through discomfort. But you never learned how to feel safe inside yourself. Rebuilding emotional safety starts with boundaries. Not walls, not isolation, but clear inner limits. Boundaries mean noticing when something drains you and allowing yourself to step back. They mean understanding that saying no does not make you selfish, it makes you honest. The second step is self-trust. After years of ignoring your feelings, trusting yourself feels unfamiliar. You question your reactions. You doubt your needs. You minimize your own experience. Self-trust grows slowly. Every time you listen instead of override. Every time you rest without guilt. Every time you choose honesty over approval. Emotional safety is not something others give you. It is something you build by finally treating yourself as someone worth protecting. When burnout fades, feelings don't rush back all at once. They return quietly. First, you notice slowness, a resistance to rushing, a desire to move at a pace that feels human again. Then comes presence, moments where you are actually there, not planning, not replaying, not bracing for impact. At first, this can feel uncomfortable, because feeling again means vulnerability. It means allowing joy, but also allowing sadness. This is why permission matters. Permission to feel without fixing. Permission to pause without explaining. Permission to exist without performing. You don't need to force emotions back. They return naturally when the nervous system feels safe. Feeling again is not weakness. It is the sign that survival mode is loosening its grip. There comes a moment when life stops feeling like something you endure and starts feeling like something you choose. This is ownership. Ownership means living intentionally, not reacting to every demand, not measuring your worth by productivity. It means redefining success. Success is no longer how much you carry, but how honestly you live. Not how busy you are, but how present you feel. With ownership comes emotional freedom. Freedom from constant self-criticism. Freedom from needing permission to rest. Freedom from living for expectations that were never yours. Your life doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be true. And when you live from that place, burnout no longer controls you, because you are no longer surviving. You are finally living.